Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome on in. I hope everyone's having a great day today. I have a new scene here. I made this new scene last night. I hope y'all like it. I got some snacks over here. I got my desk. I like hanging out in my room. But yeah, welcome. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves today. Um, yeah. Sorry, just checking a few things. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves. Um, we're not going to talk about politics today. No politics on stream today. I just want to let y'all know that you're loved and that things will get better and things are going to be okay. But yeah, no politics talk today on stream. Also, thank you for sticking through the ads at the start of stream. I'm trying a new thing where I run 3 minutes of ads once an hour. So I'm going to run them right when I start so that you don't get pre-rolls or anything. And then about an hour from now, we'll have 3 more minutes of ads. And we will take a little break when the ads run. Hi, Mika. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well, too. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Dano. Welcome. It's good to see you, too. Meeting right now, but I'm not involved. So doing a cheeky stream watch. Ooh, so cheeky. But yeah, welcome on in, you guys. I hope you're having a great day today. Yeah, I was just mentioning that I changed the way that I do my ads. So we're doing 3 minutes once an hour. And we're gonna be doing we're gonna be doing like a BRB when we have an ad break. So yeah. We're gonna try that out for a bit. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. I'll figure it out. What else? Doing so well, thank you lots. So unbelievably happy I am with the icon you drew me. Thank you so much again. Oh, I'm so glad you love it, Mika. Thank you again for commissioning me. I really appreciate it. I really liked drawing your character. It's a really fun design. And the pose was really fun too. The facial expression. So yeah, thank you for commissioning me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't what else do I have to say? Oh yeah, today we're playing a scary game. It's called Mouthwashing. It's been quite popular recently. I'm going in fairly blind. I know a couple little things, but I don't know a whole lot. Sorry, let me adjust my camera. Let me readjust. Okay, I think we're good. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, oh yeah, there's a trigger warning pinned in chat at the top of chat. You can also type in !! trigger warning to see it at any time. This game has some triggering stuff in it. So make sure you check out that link. There are some spoilers in at that link. Does the dog die? So be mindful of that. But yeah, so make sure you check out the trigger warning. If you decide that this game isn't for you, that's totally fine. Keep yourself safe. And you don't have to watch if this isn't your kind of game. That's totally fine. What else do I have to say? I don't really know. I think that's all I have to say. But yeah, I've been really excited to play this game. I've been looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm so excited, but I'm also really scared. I only played a few minutes of it so that I could make sure I could stream it. And it looks like I should be able to. I'm really hoping that I can. Why isn't my mouth moving? Why isn't my mouth moving? Up, 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 up. I think I need to recalibrate my VTube Studio camera. What? Hello, 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 hello. Okay, my mouth is moving a little more now. Sorry about that. I don't know why it like zoomed in. Yeah, I don't think I have a whole lot else to say, so should we just jump into the game? Should we do it? Let me answer a message real quick. Okay. Sorry, I just had to check on something. Yeah, I think I'm ready to play the game. I'm a little nervous. But let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna switch scenes now. I kind of rearranged buttons on my stream deck. So I need to get used to where things are again. Hold on. Let me turn my reactive lighting on. Hi, Rosie. Thank you for the head pats. Welcome on in, friend. I hope you're doing well. There we go. Welcome, welcome. Yes, the head pats work now, and so does the bonk. It's so exciting. Okay, I'm gonna open the game now. Well, it's open. Orange. Ah! Thank you for the bonk. Why isn't the game capturing? Okay, hold on. I just look really orange right now. It says it's captured. Yes, I am very orange. There it is. I forgot to unmute the game. Okay. Music jump scare. When I tab back in. Music jump scare now. Okay. Let me pause the tunes. Yeah, this menu is so relaxing. I like the sunset. The music is nice. I just don't like the look of this guy. He looks like he had some problems. Get well soon, buddy. I don't know. He's oh no. But yeah, he's fine. Not really. Oh, mood. He's a thing. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know like anything about this game. I'm very excited to go in blind, and I'm just stalling now because I'm scared. I have to play this game in full screen because it won't let me play at the resolution I usually play at. And I usually play at 1280 by 720 in windowed for my motion sickness reasons. But this game, it won't let me. I have to play full screen because my monitor's so big. When I set it to windowed, it doesn't work. It's very upsetting and I'm scared. But yeah, welcome on in, guys. Remember to be mindful of the trigger warning. I don't want anyone to be triggered by watching my stream. So yeah, check out the pinned message or exclamation point TW in chat if you want to see it. Also, one more thing before I start. I forgot. Oh yeah. I forgot again. Okay, I remember. I'm on this scene instead of the full screen one so that y'all can see the subtitles. Because there are subtitles. Yeah, if you decide this game's not for you, that's totally fine. I want you to be safe. Yeah, we're gonna start a new game. I only played a little bit so that I could make sure it worked on my computer. Pony Express Long Haul Space Freighter Tulpar. Crew 5. Planned shipment duration 382 days. Elapsed transit time 147 days.
Dreaming Mika just bought matcha a bubble tea $45.
Oh my god! Mika, thank you so much. Oh, you commissioned me. Thank you so much for the commission. I hope this hurts. Oh god. I don't like that. Well, Mika, thank you so much for commissioning me. I really appreciate it. I will see that after stream. Oh, trippy. Now I'm geen. I'm geen. Thank you, Mika. So excited for this playthrough. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alright. An orbital body has been detected. 21 AU ahead of the vessel. Thank you for the stream streak, Rosie. 3. Price. Please make a manual correction 1.4 degrees leftwards to avoid impact with unknown mass. No, I don't want to steer right. I want to... Okay, this is the part that I played, like, when I started this to... to test it. Is there a way to steer left? Well, I don't know if I want to know, but... It won't let me. Because I need the key for this. I did this already. Oh god, the controls. The controls are weird. What? Wait, can I get up yet? No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, I guess I'll steer right. Extreme warning. Direct collision course with orbital body 1.9 AU away. Running out of ideas for streak messages. That's such a mood. Engaging autopilot to recorrect vessel. Advise crew to take up emergency positions. 4,000 credits docked from crew pay package for failure of navigational staff. I might need to adjust the sensitivity. Oh god, my footsteps are so scary sounding. What's this? There's nothing else to be done. I didn't click that before. Oh good, I can sprint. I hate that I have to manually fucking click everything. A length of nylon rope. Here's Anya's card. I found this while I was testing it too. Interesting. Anya's a pretty name. Danger. Pony Express protection kit. Use only in case of emergency. Captain access only. Code scanner required. An emergency generator. Click anything up here? Nope. I will take the key. And sit. And click. And spin. This is quite the key. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Use the key. And I get to press the big red button. Boop. Disengage autopilot. Oh. Oh, fuck. Crash imminent. That's not good. Okay, I played a little bit of this part too. I'll tell you guys when I stopped playing. Haunts. Giddy up, Galaxy. You know what this looks like? These look like the, like, promotional... This looks like promotional shit for fucking West Edmonton Mall in Alberta. It's fucking dark as hell. It has Galaxyland. Is it still called that? The theme park? And am I... Okay. This is about as... The fuck it... I hate the noises. This is as far as I played before. Oh god, oh god. Oh no, it's getting dark. I have a flashlight. Are we having a... Oh no. Oh no. Are we having a PT situation? Bruh, I'm scared. I'll just keep clicking. It'll work eventually, right? Oh shit, I can lock it. Oh no. Oh no. Nope. Nar. Horse jump scare. Hello? Bro. Do I hear babies crying? Oh, it opens. Are those... What is going on? I run so slow. Ah! Oh fuck, that's mean. Fucking horse jump scare. I can't get past the horse. Oh my god, these noises. Do I have to go back? Oh my god. Chat, I'm scared. Also, let me know how the volume is. Is the room changing? Is this anything? I must have to go back. Yeah, this sucks. I'm scared. Nar. That's fucking mean. Okay, well, this isn't good. This don't look good. I'm very lost. But stuff's happening, so I assume I'm going the right way. Oh no. Fucking flashbang. It's so bright. Oh, hello. Hello. Okay. Okay. I don't know what just happened. Anyone else would do the same thing. We ain't touching the damn cargo. The hold is locked down for a reason. The only thing worse than dying slowly is not getting paid. Yeah? But it could be something useful. I think could be what? Hopes, dreams, and marzipan? Ha! You don't have to. If it helps us survive, it's worth it. Am I Jimmy? I think I'm Jimmy. Man, Pony Express bosses really aren't chill at all, huh? I need some lip balm. Hold on. I like how wavy the come on is. Come on, a quick look won't hurt. How exactly is this group therapy committee planning on getting in there? Oh, right here, boss. You're looking at the meanest swing of the regional junior baseball team. Straight up nearly corked a kid once. I can take the utility axe and... You were goddamn born fully corked. That's enough, Swansea. Is that his name? Swansea? There has to be an in case of emergency way inside. If I remember correctly from the safety protocols, the doors should have an alternate access code. But it can only be uncovered using a code scanner device. And only the captain has access to the scanner. Of course, go ahead and ask him all about it then. Maybe he'll sing you the blues, too. We don't need him if we find the scanner, get the code, and open the door. Open the hold, sorry. For better or worse, I'm captain now. I'll figure it out. Right on. Acquire code scanner. This fucking horse, man. What's up with this guy? Oh, the leg. Oh, the leg. Are we good now? Insulation foam that was automatically discharged when the hull breached blocked off the compromised parts of the ship and kept us alive. You.
Moly says the Pony Express going hard space freighter Cooper is one of our fastest and safest ships.
What? They actually sell plushies of this guy. For kids. Good thing we had extra medical mattresses. Floor isn't that bad. Is it Polly? Is that his name? Collective punishment. R&R.
Moly says another day in paradise. Yay!
Shut up, Polly. It's a lot of foam. Oh. This is the little kitchen, it looks like. Interesting. Yeah? Okay. It's Polly? I assume that's what you're saying. Also, God, I am moved slow. Food. Pony Express grub. Yummy. Coffee. I have coffee right now. Hello, Daisuke. Boop. Looks like it'll be soup again for dinner. You want a rock, paper, scissors for the chicken noodle? How much food do we have left? I'd say like 4 months-ish. Less than the remaining air supply, but we can make it last. In theory. We'll be starting to poke new holes in our belts pretty soon to pull that off. Man, my mom will straight up stuff me when I get back. I'll look like Swansea. We'll have a rad story to tell, though. They might even write articles about us. We could be on TV. It'll impress the ladies, too. Hell yeah. The real problem is us running out of toilet paper. Fatal stuff, man. It's true. Why are my eyes closed? We should leave that part out for the press. Yeah. Can I go this way? Sure. God. I don't like this ship. Oh, hello. This guy. How are you? Boop. He doesn't want to keep still anymore. What about the painkillers? It just hurts him so much. I can't stand the noise. Yeah, don't look at me with like that. Look at him and looking at me in the corner. You did make it through nursing school, right? Pony Express sure does know how to cut corners, if nothing else. I was thinking we never went back into the cockpit after we dragged him out. It's almost entirely foamed up. Kind of a miracle Curly didn't end up fossilized. But it could still be unstable. I just think, well, it's the only place the code scanner could still be. Otherwise, we're shit out of luck. I'll take a look. I know you'll figure it out, Jimmy. You're so capable. Oh, also, well, I was hoping you could help me with Captain Curly. Right, sorry. With Curly's medication? People have to be worth their titles. Don't you think, Nurse Anya? Yeah, forget I asked. I'll take care of it. Hold on, my phone is going off. What's going on here? Okay. Sorry, my phone was buzzing. We're good. Doesn't get a signal anymore. Unfortunately, Anya and Swansea's playlist survived the crash. Oof. These are all we have left. No. What's this? This vent has been busted forever, at least according to Swansea. Probably beyond wrecked now. Anxiety. Real. Me right now. Alright, guy. What's your fucking deal? Boop. Oh, God. Oh. Acquire code scanner. Don't I? Oh, right. I have to take them. I thought it meant like take them. The good stuff. Yeah, I'll use the painkillers. Oh, God. Hold still, yeah? I don't like this any more than you do. You know what they say. Pain is how we know we're still living. Okay. I can't bear to listen. Excuse me, sorry. Gone. Hey. That was so loud. Oh, he's fine. Hello? I got an achievement for repeatedly opening and closing his mouth. That's so funny. Sorry, buddy. Oh, what's going on back there? Are you okay? Let me just... What's that? Are you good? We don't have a whole lot of painkillers left. But you still want to keep... Why do you think he did it? Does it matter? What answer would make you feel any better? I have to believe that our worst moments don't make us monsters, Jim. I have to, even in his case. He tried to take us all down with him, Anya. The way I see it, there's 2 reasons to keep him alive at this point. Guess the important bit is that we all agreed to it, for one reason or another. I'm still feeling nauseous. I need a minute. Oh, we need to go to the cockpit, it said. What's going on in here? Yeah, I'll just leave him in there. Go this way? Oh god, we gotta go down. Oh, hello again. I'm going the right way. Hello. Hold on. I need to take a sip real quick. Thank you for helping with Curly. Did you find the code scanner? I hope it's still there. The cockpit is covered in foam. Is this it? What? Oh, this is the code thing. Says the cockpit's this way, so lounge. No, let's not. Oh, hello. Boop. Ain't you supposed to be figuring out our great cargo robbery? Why are you standing out here? None of your goddamn business. Everything is my business now because of Curly. I don't want to keep having this conversation. Right, Capitano. I'm working. Blue-collar fools can't afford to stop working, even when the machine does. Go figure. And before you start, I'm taking a break. Don't you worry, I ain't going over my break time allowance. Ha! Working on what? How does it look in there? It's a solid wall of foam. I'm trying to see if I can break it down enough to get something useful out. Any of my tools. But if I breach that foam and break the air seal, it's lights out for all of us. I ain't letting anyone else mess around in there. Even Daisuke? He's your intern. He's supposed to be helpful. You think I'm letting that knucklehead in there after the crash roughed it up? Our so-called nurse nearly skewered her leg when the vent hatch was opened during maintenance. And that was before the crash. I warned her, but it's in one ear and out the other. Then there's that teeny bopper thinking only with his downstairs long nose. Just like my useless kids back home. So no, ain't letting anyone mess around in here. Alright, Swansea. Keep me updated. You haven't had pets? No. This guy kinda sucks. Here's the cockpit. Oh, leg. Oh. That's a lot of foam. There's a black light? Oh, that's the code scanner. It's in here. Anything good? I don't think so. Alright. Okie dokie. We got the code scanner. Time to find Anya. Hello. Oh. Oh, everyone's here. Hello. Should I talk to you? Oh. What do you guys think we've been shipping? If it's spare parts, maybe me and Swansea can repair the shipping. We can get out of here. Right, Swansea? Quit yapping. Well, get on with it. This is all you. I want it duly noted that I had no involvement in this. Alright, we got it. Are we doing the right thing? Let it be medicine, food, or water? Whap! Flashbang. Oh, I see. We gotta use it on this. Can I? How do I use it? and zoom in. How do I use it? Oh, I got it. Oh, that's cool. 4517. Boop. Oh god. I'm scared. Alright, what's going on? That's a lot of stuff. Oh. My game is frozen. Oh. Never mind. That was part of the game. Are you listening? Yeah, damn. I'm so sorry. I said that like a fuckboy, I'm sorry. Damn, I'm so sorry. Couldn't sleep again. But I passed the psych eval? Well, you gave the same answers as last time. I do wish you'd open up a little more, Captain. These evaluations aren't just about you. As long as I'm fit to fly in your eyes, Anya. Oh, stop it. Guess that means I only have one more eval left to do. Jimmy? He acts as if I do these things for fun. Then I have to make a report with things I like. With things like... I have found my... Huh? Huh? What? Interesting. Interesting. The bat was too stunned to speak. It's true. Furry. Yeah. This guy's just a brony. Ha. Well, I could take it off your hands. Really? I've known him a long time. He won't try any bullshit with me. I suppose you are the captain. I am the captain. Thank you. What a relief. Oh, before I forget, Swansea asked me to give you this. They can't expect me to perform miracles. Oop. Not sure what it means, but sounds like fun. Good luck, Captain. So now I'm Curly? Talk to Jimmy and Swansea. Oh, it looks a lot different in here. When it's right, it's right. You got that, man. Alright, chat, what's on Curly's playlist? Painkillers. Alrighty. What am I supposed to do? Talk to Jimmy and Swansea. Did it say where they are? Also, can I save? I can't save. Also, when's the next ad? So I need to use... I have to pee. Hold on one sec. 16 minutes. I'm gonna take a really quick BRB because I need to use the bathroom. I will be right back. Hello, chat. Sorry about that. I have returned. Let's go back into the game. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. Let's go. Alright, lounge. Sure. Bat returned. Yes. Yes, I am here. Ooh, this place is cozy. Very like 60s, 70s. A little conversation pit. Maybe 50s a little bit. This place is cute. Except for the fucking horse. I don't like the horse. What's this? Oh, what is this? Oh, a cookbook. Haunts. What? Restricted item. Sweetener to be used only for crew morale boosting activities? That's sketchy. I gotta find. Do I? Wait, how do I? Interesting. 2341. Sorry, I don't know the controls. Let's go enter that code. I want the sugar. I want the morale boosting sugar. Who are you? Oh, you're Daisuke. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to you guys. Okay, fine. Fine. Hello. Oh, that's Jimmy. Oops. Hi, Jimmy. And Pony Express said they don't provide onboard entertainment. Feels like there's always something broken in that room. Tulpar's starting to show her age. Past inspection, right? Shouldn't be an issue. Plus they added Daisuke last minute. Didn't account that there'd be 5 of us now. I really should have made a bigger stink about that. Hello. What's going on in here? Why are you in foam? Well, I can see the issue. The kid was brought on just to make me suffer. Intern my ass. I was just trying to fix the vent. How did that trigger the emergency foam? Because you're talented in all the wrong ways. I would have dealt with this, but only you can unlock the axe case. Sorry, I can't read today. Every goddamn thing has to go through you. I'll handle it. Hang in there, Daisuke. The music is silly. Long way to go. I'm grabbing this. Oh, I need my little thingy. 2609. Oh. Oh. Yippee! I have an axe. Oh, do I have to help this guy? I think I got it. Yarg. Hang in there, yeah? God. Oh god. Got him. I don't like the noises. Youch! Oof, strong stuff, huh? Get it through your goddamn skull. That vent is strictly off limits. Fully fucking collapsed inside. You looking to get impaled, electrocuted, and cooked? Yeah, but like, you can't fit in there to fix it, right? So I can totally handle it, Captain. Give me the axe. Swansea. This could have damaged the pods. You can't let something like this happen again. Yeah, I got it, loud and clear. Keep the axe until you've cleaned this all up, yeah? Oh no. I don't know if I like that that guy has an axe. Do not touch. Okay. Hello, Jimmy. I take it Anya diagnosed you with being sane then? Just off center, but it's what keeps me on my toes. Real. I said I'd do yours. I want to hear all about those cartoon horses. Is that something you were born with or a recent develop? Alright, shut up. Let's go to the cockpit. Oh. I need to go to the kitchen and find what that code was. Sane enough to maybe not want to hanky-panky with the mascot horse. Yeah. That fucking guy. You. Oops. 2341. Okay. 2341. Let me in. Uh-oh. I'm going the wrong way anyways. What? I'm scared. Oh boy. Oh, I hate how slow I go down the stairs. And it's so dark down there. And there's a lot of scratches on the stairs. Okay, I can see the bottom. And it's so quiet. Hello? Does my little flashlight work? Do I have to go down? What? Oh shit, we're in Iron Lung. This is just like Evangelion. Oh, pretty. It's like Evangelion or Iron Lung or both. I hate the sloshing noise. Ad break starting soon. That means it'll start in like 3 minutes? Hello? What the fuck is that? I don't like this. Escalada, oh fuck yeah. More like fuck no. Oh, I can only look one way. It won't let me turn around. Oh, I can't turn around. What's going on? Fucking flashbang! Ah! My eyes. They're trying to contact you about your warranty. Hello? This isn't the cockpit, by the way. I don't know if anyone noticed. Not the cockpit. Hello? This is like that one SpongeBob, or is it SpongeBob? Where they're in like the void? Oh, here's the cockpit.
Are you sure about that?
What? Where'd he go? Why did John Cena just get like snatched out of the air? What's in here? The SpongeBob void? Okay, good. I was thinking of the right thing. Oh boy, a key. Oh, another scanner. Ad is starting in 3 minutes. Can I pause? Okay. The void took him, yeah. Okay, in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, we're gonna take a quick break, for the ads. The ads are gonna be like 3 minutes long. So go get a drink, get a snack. I'll put some words on stream on. But, should I wait? No, I'll talk to this guy. Hello. Hi, Jimmy. Boop. You can't just make something up for this? It's not like these evals ever go anywhere when we get back. We'll power through it. Have you been able to complete your mandated tasks as co-pilot efficiently and to your fullest capacity? Okay, good. I can pause. Let's see. I'll just put good for that one. Why did it cut? Why did it cut? Oh, because it did all of them. That's all of them. Done and done. How are things otherwise? Off the record. I like it. We're in control here. Didn't think you'd ever take to being a freighter pilot as well as you have. What, with how you struggled back on Earth? Sure, all I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. Honestly, it's kind of annoying. So what is it? How come it always seems like you're standing on the edge of a bridge with your feet in cement? Lately, I've just been thinking, is this enough? Should I stay here because I've been successful at it? A good long-haul freighter, Captain. And that's bad? That's what I'm saying, it's not. But it's terrifying. I think, am I figured out? Is this all I'll ever be? Or do I take the risk and try something new? Okay, on this note, I'm gonna pause right here. In the middle of a deep conversation, I'm very sorry. But the ad's about to start, so we are gonna go play some words on stream. I am gonna put some tunes back on. And yeah, good luck at words on stream. Have a good break, everyone. Go grab a snack. Take care of yourselves. Good luck in the ad break. Oh god, flashbang. Hello chat, welcome back. Great job at Words on Stream. I hope you had a good ad break. It's good to see y'all. Wow. Yeah, let's get back into this game. There we go. Why did it just go pee? Did you guys hear that? It just went pee. Oh my god. That was awesome. I don't know why I did that. Thank you for the clip, Mika. Thank you. Thank you for the clip. I do appreciate it. That was awesome. Okay, let's get back into this game because we're kind of in like a heavy spot talking about mental health. All right, let's do it. Even if I'm bad at it. I guess I get it. You reached the highest rung on this ladder. So now you're thinking you might be on the wrong ladder altogether. It's still a long way down from the top, no matter how you look at it. While I'm still climbing and climbing. Something like that. But hey. You know I believe in you. Here, on Earth. Doesn't matter. Ha. You should write that on the psyche Val. Oh! A message. Oh no, the big guys themselves. Are they fucking faxing us? We have spaceships, but they have fucking fax machines? Good god. Guess that's my cue. I'll see you later. Let me go check my fucking fax machine. News from corporate. Oh. After all these. Take responsibility? Oh my god, it's dark in here. I don't like this. I can't see I can see that. About to say I couldn't see shit. I can see one thing. I'm scared. Welcome to the back rooms? Yeah, apparently. Oh! Do you see it? Look how scared I am. I was trying to put my head in the circle. Yes, this is how I sit when I watch TV.
A business operating at a steady profit can give its workers security and employee. Here, in fact, is the answer to a dream as old as man.
Don't like that one. Spooky, scary skeletons. No. Oh, we're zooming in. Dragon Breath presents... Oh! A revolutionary new dental hygiene product. Brand new formula designed to kill I missed that one. Dragon Breath mouthwash. All day fire fresh. Roll credits. Oh. The transitions are so trippy. Rawr. This is mouthwash? Unfucking believable. There's gotta be an ocean of the stuff in here. This room looks freaking endless. This is what they'd have 5 people hauling for over a year? All of this? For mouthwash? The sugar content probably offsets any potential as a disinfectant. Disinfectant? What are you? Let me see that. 14% ethanol. Ey. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Huh? I suppose we'll smell good at least? That's right, kiddo. You can bet your ass on that. Oh no. I love her. Hope nothing bad happens to her. But you know what? I don't trust this game at all, so. Well, what are you doing? Stop that. Oh, he's sipping. Ooh-wee. Oh, shut up. I'm just an old codger taking care of his dental hygiene. I don't know what that word means. I hope it's not a slur. I apologize. Oh, my wife is here. Hello. My wife. My wife!
Hi.
Okay. Hi, matcha wife. She says hi. Hello, matcha wife. Ah! She kissed me. Wife jump scare. Alright. Yeah, yeah. You hear that? That's the sound of 15 years of sobriety popping like a cyst. Ew. I'm not reading that one out loud. Good riddance and cheers. To Captain Curly, here, here. Guess anyone could get seriously blasted off of this stuff. Yeah, and kill you in the process. I don't know why I said it like that. This can't be real. There's no way. Codger is like an old man slash person, typically mean or eccentric. Okay. Thank you, Dano. I appreciate it. I was like, this sounds like a slur. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Oh, I hit my mic. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I bonked my mic. Now we can go out in style. Daisuke, come here. Anyone ever teach you how to drink like a man? Oh. "6 days before the crash. Break the news. I need to tell them. News from corporate. Can I look at it? After all these years, just like that? Huh. This is Curly, I think? I don't know where they are. Oh! Oh, fuck! Surprise! Surprise! Look at your face! Heh, gotcha. Cheers. Wow. What's the, occasion? We only get one communal birthday party per trip, right? So we can have it whenever. Only one person can really be surprised birthdayed per trip. We did Swansea last haul, remember? No way, I can't believe I missed that. You were next on the list, so congratulations. Hate to say it though, your duties have to extend to even your own birthday party. Sorry, I think there's a hair on my face. You're the only one with clearance to make the cake. The recipe is there by the machine. Hop to it, Captain. Bake a cake. Okay. Oh, is this the weird ingredient we have to grab? Music. Oh god, how do I make a cake? Take me to cake recipe. Cake recipe. Communal birthdays are encouraged. Oh. Water, gelatin, cake base, and sweetener. Delicious! Do not consume more than 2 slices. Pony Express is not liable for any personal injury or sickness resulting from failure to adhere to company guidelines. Okay, well, where do I get the ingredients? There's water. Everyone's just waiting around. What's this? Where do I get the other ingredients? Oh, is it over here? Food? No? Oh. Water and gelatin. Oops. Where is the gelatin? Why'd this have to happen today? That's such a mood. Lovely, let's bake some canned cake. Delicious. Need help? Let me... Oh, hold on. Let me actually look at this. 'Cause I think it might have told me. Oh, gelatin. Oh, fuck. I keep clicking the wrong buttons. Nutrition pouch dispenser. 4213. Created by ingenious kitchen artists for optimal mouthfeel. 4213. Nutrition pouch dispenser. That. Where's the dispenser? Am I stupid? What is this? I think I would like help, Dano, if that's okay. I don't know where the nutrition pouch dispenser is. Is it in here? You shut up.
Molly says, are you working hard or hardly working?
Are you working hard or hardly working? Shut the fuck up. In the kitchen, the thing with the lifted lid has numbers to put in ingredient. Okay. Thank you, Dano. 4213. I appreciate it. Thank you. There it is. Okay. And we need restricted item. I'm so full of restricted item. Yum. 2341. Two, three, four, one. And what else did we need? Cake base. Okay. Tonic. Cake base. How do I get cake base? Oh, hold on. Okay, okay. Let me cook. Literally. Done. Oh. Mmm. Oh. Cake. Oh, wait. Did I forget to sweeten it? Hold on. I'm so confused. Mix cake base and sweetener. Okay. You and you. Hell yeah, cooking! Best cooking minigame I've ever played in my life. Just kidding, it's not. Oh, it's beautiful! Oh, it played me a little song. Cake! Alright, everyone. Here you go. Happy birthday, everyone. You gotta make a speech. Can't argue with that. Speech, speech, speech. Go on. Hey, what's wrong? Oh, it's not telling me. That's all it said on the report from management. We will receive the paycheck for this delivery. I don't know any more than that. Pony Express finally kicking the bucket, huh? Oh. What a joke, and we're the punchline. I don't have any savings. Oh no. They can't just do this, right? Pony Express was one of the last manned crew freighter companies. The writing's been on the wall for a long time. When did they tell you? Earlier this week. I was instructed to wait until we're closer to the haul destination. But I can't keep something like this from you all. So I guess you got what you wanted. Without the guilt. Jim, if I had known, I can go back to my, how'd you put it? Struggle of a life. Anya never got into medical school because she's, well, let's be real. And how many employment years Swansea got left in him? Daisuke will be fine. Mommy and Daddy have him covered, so there's that at least. But you, headed for bigger and better, right? I'm just working on my life being a place I don't have to fucking escape. That's what I was trying to tell you, nothing more. Oh. Or the ones you're trying to escape. Leave the dirt behind now that your boots are clean. That's not what I meant. It is what you meant. You just couldn't frame it to yourself in a way that kept you as the hero. Abandon the crew, but remain the model captain. Ah, shit. Hold on, I need to take a sip of energy drink. My throat is hurting. Unbelievable. Also, I'm drinking Ramune Advanced right now. Use code MATCHAEXE 10% off. Unbelievable. What am I supposed to do? Let's have some fucking cake, hmm? Yeah, sure. Props to the Twilight Cruise of the Tulpar. Props to our captain and his new prospects. Wow, this is a fun party. Huh? Oh. Hmm. Can I use it? Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. I'm clicking. Oh. Oh, I gotta move my mouse to cut the cake. Oh, fuck this. This is how you cut cake, right? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Why am I sawing it in half? This is so hard. I don't have enough room on my desk to do this. My desk is too small. 10 out of 10 cake cutting skills. I'm just sawing it in half. Oh, here we go. Oh, what is that? He's still asleep. Oh, is that Daisuke? I thought it was like a creepy body. Check on Curly. Well, canned cake couldn't have asked for a better cut than that. Yeah. Everyone I've watched play has commented on the cake cutting. That's so funny. It's so awkward. When is this? 3 months after the crash? I forgot. I was thinking about that fucking cake. Literally, that cutting was so bad. I don't like the noises. I'm just gonna... Let's go this way. Oh, great. I still hear it. Oh, he's in here anyways. Hello, brother. Nothing left to keep him quiet after this. Shit. Hey, buddy. You doing okay? Find Anya. Sorry. Okay. Let's go find Anya. Surely nothing will go wrong. I'm going this way. I don't like going through those halls. I don't like these noises. I'm not supposed to be in here. Perhaps she's in the cockpit? Perchance? Oh, she is. Hello. What's going on in here? No, I understand completely. If that's how it has to be. Oh, it's you. Jimmy, not able to sleep either? It's nighttime. In quotes. Why are you talking this late? A pit full of cocks? Oh no. Why are you talking this late? Anya, are you crying? No, don't worry. I'm okay. We all need to keep it together. Yeah, TOS. Oh, I'm keeping it together. Don't you worry, Captain. He's making noises again. Did you give him his meds before, Anya? Ah, no, must have slipped my mind. I'm sorry, I'll do it. No, really, I'm perfectly okay. I said I'll do it. Okay. Well, what's going on in here? You getting a lot of use out of that right now? TOS? Terms of service. You didn't do anything wrong, it's just like a joke thing. For when someone says something sus. Force of habit. Don't overthink it. I am overthinking it, actually. I'm overthinking everything. That's kind of what my thing. Ah! Thank you for the bonk. No worries, Mika, no worries. You didn't do anything wrong. I have to go back this way. Bonk is for when streamer does TOS. Yeah. I can't argue that. Alright. Oh, I left all these doors open. That's fine. Hey buddy, how's it going? Ba 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 ba. Oh. Come on, stop with the noise. Damn it. I know what everyone's thinking. The way they look at me. What could I even say? And then, what would she do? Damn it. Here we are now. Me in the driver's seat. Thanks for that. Open up. I hope these make you feel fucking better. Sheesh. The drama. Good God. Jesus Christ. What is happening? Oh, hello. Did you take your meds? He's fine. Well, now what? I gave him painkillers, now what? I'm scared. It's very quiet. Oh! Here we go. Whenever the game does this, I just think my game is crashing. It says take responsibility again. Hello. This is very Evangelion. We should have some. Why? It's mediocre at best, obviously. Sometimes you can only get the subpar stuff. That's what makes the really good stuff, well, good, right? Why bother? Hey, we all tried to escape. Didn't work for any of us. I've thought many times, is this what peace feels like? And is it good enough? If I'm being real, it certainly isn't the best. So all I can do is try to make my life one I'm not trying to run from all the time. Sometimes I'll be promoted, buy a house, fall in love. But other times, I'll just have some awful fucking cake with my friend. Right now, that sounds pretty brilliant, yeah? So if you do the honors. Right. Well, let me go find a knife. Bruh, do I have to cut another fucking cake? No way. Oh, dog. No, this is scary. Smile. Oh, fuck me, man. Hey, there's mouthwash over here. What are they playing? What game is this? Like, it's like that Webkins one where you go to the mall. Spree. It's like Spree from Webkins. Okay. Well, this is the only way I can go, I think. Also, it's very dark and red. And I'm not a fan. I can't see shit. Oh, fuck this, man. Actually, fuck this. Alright. Oh, I can go in here. People have said it's sorry. Oh. Dude, don't get frustrated. Is that true? If that's true, that's really interesting. Also, I forgot about the game, sorry. Same in Dutch? Oh, interesting. Also, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, here's the axe. Feast. Oh god, look at the eyes. Are they watching me? They are. Hey. Doing good? Cheers? I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, welcome on in. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, well that's close enough to a knife. It just tells me to feast. Oh god, what is that noise? Big Brother's watching. Oh no. I can't fucking see anything. I hope I'm going the right way. This music sounds like the fucking end of Hereditary. I'm scared. Good heavens. Eyeball. Oh. Are you the cake now? Bro thinks he's cake. Oh no. Oh no. Me when I'm cake. Oh shit. Oh, I put it away. Okay, well. Where do I start? I guess I'll just... Oh! Okay. Nope. 4 months after the crash. Okay. Oh, we've been busting into that mouthwash. Good God, that's a lot of mouthwash. Am I Jimmy? Well, I must be Jimmy, because I don't think Curly can walk. Oh shit. You okay? You okay, buddy? Burger. How many have you had? Those will kill you before anything else. I know. My mom found this internship for me. Such a slacker, she said. I don't know. I just never knew what I wanted to be. Never was good at anything. Total screw up. We're not done yet, Daisuke. I just hope she doesn't blame herself. We've been busting into that mouthwash. Yeah. Busting. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh shit, I thought I had a sound effect, but it must be gone now. I used to have a sound button that would go, bustin' makes me feel good. Please, just take it. I don't want to look at this stuff anymore. Sure. Bless you. I want to be alone if that's okay. Sorry. Yeah, that doesn't look very comfortable though. Laying down on like a metal grate. I'm sure that's not great for your spine. Lounge. Where is everyone? Bingo? Just kidding. I've never played that game. But exactly. Oh, here's Anya. Hey, bestie. Look at all these cans. Peak comedy, yeah. Bingo can be so competitive. Yeah, it really can. Anya. Ah! Oh, you startled me. Sorry. No worries. You thinking about drinking that too? Honestly, yeah. It'd probably just make me feel sick. Wouldn't fix anything. As much as I'd like it to. Right? Hey, I was thinking. Did you know that not all the medicine aboard was in my office? We store some in a storage locker in the hallway. Why haven't you brought this up earlier? It was foamed up. I didn't think it was possible to reach it. But I've been estimating the position of the foam. I think the medicine depot locker isn't too far into the mass of it. So we could try to break it down. One strike too many on a weak spot. We'll get all sucked into space. I think it's worth the risk. If nothing else, it's an excuse to get Swansea to hand over the axe. Oh god. It's true. It's true. Excuse me. Oh god. Oh, he's... Oh, fuck it up. Fuck it up. He is fucking vibing. Oh my god. You guys can just look at this while I take a sip. Yeah, watch him dance. Oh my god. That was awesome. Thank you, Dano. Yeah, dance is gone. I got rid of it. It was really long, and I think this... I don't know. I didn't fuck with it anymore. I'm sorry. Oh, and the message about bingo. Oh my god. Yeah, people at bingo are crazy. Bingo can be crazy, yeah. He's busting those moves. He is. This is the best game ever. No. Okay, I gotta talk to him. Never went there again with my grandma. Oh my god. Jimbo. El Capitano, the man with the plan. You done? I need that. This old thing. This was entrusted to me by our previous tragically inclined leader. Big responsibility. But you know all about that, huh? I love how he's still dancing. I'm going to try and get some more painkillers. Do something useful, you know? Oh ho, I heard all about it. You're looking to pull the plug on this party early. I'm trying to save us. Take matters into your own hands, eh? Be my guest. Oh shit. Okay, I'll just take this then. Back to the future. Sure. Sure. Okay, I don't remember where she said that phone was. It was in like some locker? Or some hallway? By the hallway to medical. Thank you, bestie. Swansea the edgelord? Yeah, real. Is this it? Oh, this? Oh. Whack. 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 Let's go. Oh no, more alcohol. Okay. I got it. Oh, where'd she go? Where'd she go? Where is she? What do you do with her? You got nothing to say? Okay, well, let's go to medical then. Oh shit, she's right here. Hello. Oh wow, Jim. You did it. Yeah, it actually wasn't that hard once I figured it out. Amazing, really? Sure. I hate to ask you again, but could you give Curly his painkillers? It still just makes me so nauseous. You're not serious. Look. I've entertained your sentimentality up until now, but I'm trying to actually fix things, Anya. That was very Evangelion. I'm just getting us through this. It's find the code scanner. What? Then figure out the door code. Get the axe. Chop up the foam, but not too much. And best of all, give Curly his fucking medicine. But I'm bearing it. I have to. Because the captain has to take fucking responsibility on this goddamn ship. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Go make sure Daisuke doesn't choke on his own vomit. No, I'll take care of it, Anya. I always do. He's still over there. Okay. Knock knock. How are you doing, bestie? Your music on? No, someone took it. Okay, well. There's a lot of blood on your bed. Oh god. 500 milligrams of paracetamol. Sheesh. Oh, true. He was jiving to the music. I guess they only have one player. I don't think I understood the pressure you were under before. Fuck, and you tried to tell me. Our worst moments don't make us monsters, huh? You were a good captain, Curly, and you'll be one again. Sorry, I can't read. I'll get us both through this. Oh god, here we go again. This is the worst. Okay. Did you take your pills? Oh god. Oh god. Game frozen. No, we're good. What? 6 hours until judgment? Jimmy, get the fuck out here. Yeah, I'll take this rope, I guess. Do I have any weapons? Oh no. Oh no. What? My hands won't stop shaking. Sure, I'll use this. Can't use this here, but it's all I have. Oh no, don't unlock the door. Oh, I tied I tied a knot on the door? Oh, a metal pipe. I'm gonna chop you into 20 fucking pieces. I guess I'm gonna use the pipe on the door. Aye! That's not good. Oh. Okay. Okay. We're fine. You doing okay? Yeah, can't sleep. I know how that is. I just toss and turn. Or stare at the ceiling all night. I actually kinda like the nighttime window screen. If you can believe it. So I just come and look at it sometimes. If you look really, really close, you can see there's a dead pixel in the upper right corner. Is there? That's so? Nope, don't see it. In the back of my mind, it's always there. Now I'll go bonkers looking for it. Cheers. I don't think it ruins the illusion, though. It's peaceful. But maybe I'm just used to looking at the bigger picture. I need another sip, hold on. Okay. How many days of transport do we have left? Let's see, off the top of my head. Around 237 days. Just under 8 months. Hey, why do you think Pony Express put a lock on the medical room door but not in the sleeping quarters? I suppose for the same reason they put a lock on the cockpit. Safety. Oh no. Oh, he's gone. He's not dancing anymore. Jimmy, help! What's going on, brother? Brother? Jimmy, it's a total emergency. Calm down, what is it? Anya is stuck in medical. The door won't open. What if she runs out of something? Right. Let's go have a look. This way. You good in there? Hey, heard the lock's broken. Hey, Anya. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you, Jimmy. The rest of our medicine stash is in there too. Damn, this could be bad. Did you try to really put your back into it? Any wrenches laying around? How heavy is the med kit? Anya, is the door stuck? No. Huh? What do you mean? Look, we're all stressed, but you can't go breaking down at every little hardship. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. Open the damn door. You were right. You were right all along. I should have done this from the beginning. Oh, ad starting soon. Okay, noted. I always believed that our worst moments didn't define us, didn't make us beyond repair. You think I wanted this either? Make no mistake, this is my worst moment. Far from it. It's the best decision I'll ever make. Open the door. I'll take care of it. Anya? What does that mean? Curly is still in there with her, right? Yeah, you don't think... Daisuke, you and Swansea know the internals of the ship better than anyone. There's absolutely no other way into medical. There's the broken vent. Well... Swansea said it was strictly off limits. like super mega not allowed above all else. The utility room. That busted vent in there loops into medical. But I mean, technically a person could totally fit through it. If that's the only way, we'll make it work. You listening, Anya? Fine. Come on, Daisuke. Go to utility. Is he gonna follow me? Are you gonna follow me? Okay, whatever. Okay, he is following me. Oh, he doesn't move when I look at him? I hate that. That's really awful. Ew, he's like fucking... Ew, I don't like that. Oh, he's so creepy. Hello. Ooh, you don't look so good, buddy. Swansea, we need your help. I know you said utility was dangerous, but I'm good right here, fellas. You know I'm not letting you in there. Off limits. Look, if there's any possibility, Jimbo, letting you scratch at that foam wall would be useless. You'd only tear this goddamn ship a new asshole. Okay, there's an ad starting in 3 minutes. So we'll use that time to play some words on stream and take a quick break. I don't know how long I'll go for today, but I'm having a really good time. I don't know how long this game is, so... I don't think it's too long, but I have no idea. Nothing to be done about it. Bad luck. Tail missed the donkey. But Swansea, this could be really bad. Just hear us out. We're God's hand-picked favorites on this here planet, I reckon. Means we get to name it. So let's hear it for Wake Rock. Whatever's going on anywhere else ain't my problem. Since I'm the happiest man Wake Rock has ever seen. Let's just go, Daisuke. There's no point with him. Oh. Huzzah! Don't do anything. Stop, stop, stop. I can fix this. Why do you keep fucking saying that? Are you hearing yourself? I'm sorry. We still have disinfectant, right? The one from the extra medical stash? Get it now. The cocktail. The cocktail? What are you blabbering about? That was your fault. You would never have... I had no choice. You useless, you goddamn fucking idiot. There has to be something else. Find disinfectant. Will the mouthwash work? That has sugar in it, so that won't be good. Unless... It said cocktail. Do I have to make... I saw a cocktail in here. Let me just take a little time to do some... mixing. Mouthwash and isopropyl. Aye. Is that what it wants me to make? Oh, shit. I can't get into there. So I need to find... mouthwash. Okay. I'm gonna have to go out here. What's with this light? I don't like it. Oh my god, that's crazy. That hurts my brain. What the fuck? Hello? I'm already looking in here. At least try to make yourself useful. God damn it. We can still help him. What's going on here? Okay, well... let's go down. Oh shit, the ad, right. Okay, let's go play some words on stream. And then we'll come back. So take care, everyone. Have a good ad break. I will see y'all after a short break. Take care. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a good ad break. Let's hop back into the game. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll go for. 'Cause, I'm getting a little sleepy. Melting Bunny, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Hi, Dano. But yeah, let's get back into it. Let me just check a few things first. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry, I just gotta check pings and stuff. Hi, Tibbs. Welcome on in. Good to see you. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day and taking care of yourselves. Sorry, I'm just checking a few things before I hop back in. I think we're good. Alright, let's do this. But yeah, we're playing some mouthwashing right now. I don't know how much longer is left, but we're pretty far into it. I think. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm scared. And this is a great game so far, so I'm excited to keep playing for a bit. Yeah, make sure you check out the trigger warning pinned at the top of the chat, or you can type in !TW and it will send you the trigger warning. So yeah, make sure you check that out. We're gonna be hopping in halfway to 3/4 of the way through. Okay. If we're halfway through, I'm not gonna be able to finish it today. But if we're 3/4 of the way through, then maybe. Just maybe. But yeah, welcome back, everyone. Let's get into it. Right now, we are finding... Oh yeah, we have to find mouthwash and isopropyl for Daisuke. Is that a fucking grave? Oh. What? There's mouthwash right there. Oh god, there's blood. Where's my fucking... Okay, hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Oh lord, it's quiet. Oh. I thought I heard something behind me. There's a lot of blood. Yay, I couldn't read what that said. The flower on the grave? What the fuck was that? Hey. This is so trippy. It's so dark. Just follow the blood, it'll be fine. Hey! All I could see with that was be quiet. What the fuck is that noise? I'm not being very quiet at all. I'm being quite loud, in fact. What is this? Oh god, I'm so loud. This is a dead end. Wait, what's going on? What is this? Invisible wall. What is happening? What's happening? I'm so confused. We're fine, we're fine. These fucking noises, man. What's happening? What is going on? What is that? Huh? What's this? A blind beast, aimless and restless. You can't run from it. Great! Hated that part. Yep, me too. Do I have to, like, I assume I keep following the blood. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Nope. Nope. Okay, okay. I see. Okay. I will let you know, Dano. Thank you. I appreciate it. Is this the same? Yeah. Okay. Oh god, it's coming. I ran. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, I'm not talking very much. I'm scared. Okay, there's no blood this way. I'm just going really slow. Oh shit. Fuck you. Oh, it's a horse. What the fuck? What? My wife just said, I told you horses are evil. I was not expecting the fucking horse. Don't worry about it, babe. Don't worry about it. Blind. Should I turn my light off? Yeah, I fucking died. Wait, if it's blind, it won't be able to see the light, so... Right? Aimless and restless. Huh. If I die a few more times, then I will ask for help. Probably. Wait, is this where I got killed before? Yep. Where's the haunts? Oh god. What the fuck? What the fuck? This game is so weird. Okay, I'll try one more time. Obviously, that's not the way. Oh shit, I hit sprint again. Am I gonna die already? Do I have to... Nope. Oh, god damn it. I do not see it. I do not see it. God, okay, okay. I would love some help if that's okay. I have no idea what it wants me to do here. just want some mouthwash and isopropyl. Standing in place when it's near helps? Okay, okay. I will try that, thank you. Follow the blood where you can. Oh, I see. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Okay. Oh God. Bruh, this sucks for real. It's so close to me. Oh, but this won't let me pass. Oh shit. Okay, well, I'll go this way then, I guess. Ugh. Actually, fuck this. This is so stressful. Is it gone? I don't want to move. Oh shit, it's right beside me, I think. Please go away. It's so hard to tell. Oh no. No, no, no. My hands are off my desk. I don't want it to get me. Every single cell in my body is clenching. Every time I watch this part, I hate it with a passion. Yeah, it's pretty scary. You can look at it, it's quite pretty, but walking makes it come close. Okay. I appreciate the advice, guys. Genuinely. Where is it? Oh, That's so weird. This game is so weird. This game is so weird, but I'm digging it. I hate how the boxes move. No, these tarps are so loud. Fuck off. Man, this sucks. Also, sorry if I'm doing this really slow. Sorry if I'm doing this slow. I'm bad at video games and I've never played this before. This better be the right way. Lots of people struggled with this part. Okay, okay. I feel a little bit better. Yeah, this is like the longest segment that they've had so far. Also, oh my god, it's loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Sorry, I didn't realize how loud it was for you guys. It looks like it's really loud in OBS. Fuck off, mouthwash horse. You got it? Okay, okay. Thank you guys. Oh no. Am I going the wrong way? Oh god. This is so hard and stressful. Fuck. I don't like the, like, hair. It looks like hair. Oh shit. Oh god, it's so loud. Oh. Is it gone? Fucking horse, man. The noises remind me of something, but I can't place what it is. Also, sorry for being so quiet. I'm literally... I'm shivering in my boots. This segment is way too long. I must be doing it wrong, but I have been stuck in here for so long. Oh god. Hello, horse. Where are you? Is that something over there? That looks like a something. Godzilla? Yeah. I must admit, I was not expecting this game to be so horse-centric. That's the fucking horse I see on right there. Polly. Polly, I need you to fuck off. Oh, he has the mouthwash. Okay, Polly. Oh, finally. All right, buddy. I'm sorry. I messed up. Don't try to talk. Okay. Oh my god, that was stressful. I'm so glad I'm out of it. If that happens again, I swear to god. Ouch. Oh. This section is the biggest reason I was like half to 3/4 through. Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I can see how that would take someone a long time. It took me a long time. But I do really appreciate the help from you guys, so thank you. I would be stuck in that forever if I'd... Yeah. Thank you, guys. I think the vent and utility connects to medical. But you heard what he said, going in there now. It's too unstable. Trying to break the foam could risk the air seal. I just don't want to fuck up again like I did before. You heard Anya. I wouldn't put it past her to do something extreme right now. You and me, Daisuke. We can save Curly, yeah? Swansea won't help, so we'll figure it out by ourselves. Ourselves. Oh, I can't read. Right, alright, yeah. We got this. But even before the foam, how do we even get the door to utility open? Swansea's been practically camping in front of the door, and he has the key. I have an idea. You're going to have to trust me. We need to knock him out. Nice. You're gonna fight him? No. Even he has to have his limits when it comes to booze. We make him pass out. Oh, are we gonna make him the cocktail? Simple, safe. He might not even realize we did anything after the fact. There was the recipe for a mocktail in the kitchen. We can follow the steps, but use different ingredients to add kick to it. Come on. Okay. Yeah, in the lounge. Okay. Yeah, show me the mocktail recipe. Mouthwash and isopropyl drink base and sweetener. Oh, hello. Let's make yourself comfortable. Boop. Yummy. Okay, now we need we need some of that sweetener. Do we? Is that all we need? No, I think... How do we get the sweetener? Two, three, four, one. Yeah, but how do I get in here? Yum yum, yes. I'm so full of alcohol, yum. I have to get the sweetener, right? We're out of sweetener. Any ideas? I might have accidentally at some point mistakenly misplaced a few packets before. By accident. Right. You could take a look around my stuff. Could be somewhere around there. But also totally somewhere else. Who knows? Anything's possible. The crash sure jumbled everything up. Okay, well. Over here? Oh. Okay. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Cooking. Cooking is my passion. Oh, yes. The little song. Yes. All right. Oh. He moves so fast. He's so scary. All right, let's go. That drink looks sick. I can totally picture myself on a beach with a hot babe and a few of those. Then I drink too many and throw them up all over myself and never be able to drink them again. Ah, good times. Let's just get this to Swansea. He would be in utility. Oh, this guy's so creepy. Oh, good. Blood. Hey there, buddy. You taken to teaching my intern now? I personally try to educate based off of years of experience. But that's just me, Captain. Oh yeah, shut up. Here you go. The fuck is that? Look, we need to keep working together. If this is how I can get us through this without us being at each other's necks all the time, then yeah, give it here. We kind of freestyled the recipe. Yeah, I can tell you had a hand in this monstrosity, kid. You ain't no mixologist. Sure as hell ain't no mechanic either. You never should have come here. Who the fuck even decided to let you board, huh? Stick the idiot with a bunch of sad sack adults and see what he learns, eh? Bootstraps and all that. What a load of horse shit. You think it's all going somewhere, but every failure leaves you a little more mangled than before. Older, uglier, meaner. Smarter in a worse way. Wallowing doesn't suit you, Swansea. I suppose you think we should all be acting like you, our hard-working, esteemed captain. I say take a load off before the sun finally sets on this party. May we never go to hell, but always be on our way. Oh, he's chugging it. Oh boy. Ah!
Jumping in while we have the energy to send love tilde less than 3 less than 3 less than 3.
Hi, Minnie. Thank you so much for the love and the 35-month resub. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Minnie. I hope you're doing really well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Much love, friend. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna take this moment to do a hydrate. I'm gonna drink my own mocktail, but it's not made of isopropyl alcohol and mouthwash. Yummy! Okay. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Alright, we're good. Yoink. He's fucking. This looks like a meme. Arnar. Is he dead? Oh no, he's still breathing. He's fine. Is he still breathing? Yeah, I just said that. He practically bounced off the ground. He'll be fine. His tolerance has to be through the roof by now. Probably just wake up with a massive headache. Oh man, he's gonna be so mad. I'll never get a good reference now. Ugh. Cheers. Alright, well let's go in here. See what's in this scary room. Oh man, he's gonna be so mad. Oh, he said that already. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh! Goose. What does that goose say? Where the fuck are my keys? That's so funny. Captain, you sure about this? Maybe we could talk with Swansea when he's cleared up a bit later? He's just like really into workplace safety and stuff sometimes, you know? Which is like totally cool and stuff, I think. He taught me, it's time to be brave, Daisuke. Curly and Anya are counting on us. Oh, I have a bad feeling. Oh no. Wait. Whoa, it's like barely foamed up at all. Hey, it's those things. I've never been inside one. What are they called again? Cryostasis pods. Oh yeah, these things are far out. Totally sci-fi. Oh, it looks like this one still works. How long can these things even keep you frozen? 20 fucking years. I can't believe Swansea managed to clear all the foam from here. He didn't. What? Think about it. Swansea never let you work with him on breaking the utility room foam wall, right? No, it needed to be handled delicately. He said I have way too much athletic strength in my arms. I would have just torn right through the foam. I was like, damn, makes total sense. Bummer. So I've been in charge of the kitchen instead. He said it's next level critical to keep stock and organize every day. Had me double, triple, four-tuple check everything all the time. Four-tuple. Oh, sorry, my ass is getting sore. Excuse me. Right, of course. And he never told you he'd gotten in here? No, but look how busy he must have been. There was never any foam here. And Swansea has to know the whole damn time. And oh, sorry, I read that wrong. And Swansea has known the whole damn time. Just taking a load off before the sun finally sets on this party, huh? That boozed up bastard has been biding his time until he can save himself. Would getting in the pod really mean you'd get rescued? 20 years or more of a chance to get found. I'd take those odds over our current situation. Not like this, though. Not by lying through my teeth while waiting for everyone else to die. No, man, that just can't be right. I'm sure there's a reason. We'll ask him about it when he wakes up. We'll deal with him after. Right now, we have a job to finish. And the vent looks like it's still in one piece. Whoa, check out those sparks. I hate to imagine how gnarly it looks on the inside. Yeah. It could be somewhat collapsed in places. You could make it through. We need to try it. Swansea said it's not safe. I know he forgot to tell us about the pod, but he knows everything about this kind of stuff. Maybe we should just wait for him to wake up back up? You said you could handle it. Swansea taught you well, right? Time to prove it. He'll be impressed when he wakes up. Proud. He'll understand why we had to do this. Then he can explain himself. You think so? Daisuke. Everyone's counting on you. Captain's orders. Yeah, I got this. Okay, here we go. Oh no. Oh god. This isn't gonna end well. What do I do? Beep boop beep boop. Oh shit. Ah! That's my scream. Ah! Urgh. It's fucking dark. Anya? What did you do? Oh no. One day before the crash. Okay. Find the gun. Oh. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll find the gun. Is it in the kitchen? Ooh. I have a feeling... What's over here again? Oh, a bathroom? Oh, I already checked here. Well, let's go this way. I really want to finish this game, but my chair is so uncomfortable. Yeah, blocked. What's this? Just a wall. Alright, let's go to the cockpit. Nothing bad has ever happened in here. Hello? For fuck's sake. Where is it? Oh, man. Oh, that's sad. Anya, As our nurse, you never got psych evals. I should have thought of that. You could have come to me if you were feeling stressed. What would you have done? Anything. Anything. You, the crew, are all my responsibility. I told you so over and over, yeah? I'm not going to hurt myself. You know the gun is in a safety case I can't open. But I hid the case itself. Tell me where it is. None of this has to be on our performance log. We'll figure it out together. I'm pregnant. You're what? Who would you... Captain. I told you. Listen to me. We can fix this. I've known him for a long time. I'll talk to him. I know you'd never give me the gun to protect myself. So the least I can do is make sure he never gets it either. Where'd she put it? A reading printed from the navigation computer. Detected abnormal asteroid trajectories along the route. Course corrections might be required during transit. That shouldn't be a problem. I just have to leave her here? I'm sorry, Anya. She deserves better. "6 hours until judgment. The bleeding won't stop. Just try to stay still, Daisuke. I need a second to think. We can fix this." Anya. Yeah, real. That's been me this whole time. I love her. Hey kid, you hear me? Daisuke? Hey, stop. Don't move. It's alright, Daisuke. Calm down. This line of work, you could never have become like miserable old Swansea. What a tragedy. Oh shit. Decades of hauling ass for Pony Express. Big mighty bruiser with all his shiny tools. This is where it got me. The good life, huh? I thought you were dumber than a can of paint. Always just chewing my ear off about nothing. Useless ray of goddamn sunshine. Not an ace student, career workhorse, or force of ambition. Just a damn good kid trying his best. You could have... You could have taught an old fool like me a lot. Close your eyes, Daisuke. Why am I not stopping them? Oh no. Ay. Gnarly. Why didn't I stop them? You monster. I could have fixed him, Swansea. I have to do everything myself. Why can't any of you just give me some time to fucking think? How do you still not understand? It's over. End of the fucking line. He won't suffer one more second because of your delusions. Unbelievable. Stop pretending. I know all about your plan, Swansea. I went to utility. I saw what you've been hiding down there. Sneaking around with that axe. Telling Anya who knows what. Now this? You're making sure you're the one who gets inside that cryopod. Ha! I sure did talk to Anya. But it was her telling me all sorts of things instead, wasn't it? Shouldn't a captain go down with his ship? Not like it matters anymore. I ain't got no place to be. I got everything I could ever want right here on this ship. So go ahead and get in that pod. If you ever get found, you can tell them whatever fucking story you'd like. You've earned it. Uh-oh. Where is Swansea? Now we have to find the fucking gun. I don't... She didn't say where it was, did she? Oh shit. Oh, she's dead. No! Oh my god, she's rocking them socks and sandals though. I'm so sorry. What are those? Okay. Is Curly still alive? He's still breathing. Ah, we need a code. Oh, fuck. Oh god. I don't know what the code is. We just flashbang them. Hmm. Okay, well... I'll keep looking, I guess. Whew. Okay, let's do this. Roll away, Curly, roll away. Oh god, it's so quiet. Mouthwash. I have to go in here. Where's that fucking code? My game is lagging again, sorry. Use utility. I want to touch the computer that says do not touch. Nothing in here, I don't... Oh shit. I don't think... Let's go to the cockpit, I guess. Ugh. Yeah, I just go up to Curly and I shine this light right in his fucking eye. Any secret code? $739. Okay, chat. We gotta remember that. 739. Okay. I'm sure nothing bad will happen on the way back, right? I shall remember. Thank you, Dano. I won't. Especially if something scary happens. God, I'm so slow. I'm sprinting and I'm so slow. Oh fuck, it's dark. Over here. Hi Anya, hi Curly. Okay, it's 739. 73. A. The gun. A gun with one bullet. Now I'm gonna flash him for sure. Well, not like that. Not in a TOS way. Don't look at me. Ah! Deserved. Not yet. Okay. I don't like that he started laughing. Jimmy! Oh, Fuck. Oh no. 0 days before the crash. I see Anya over there, I think. Hey, bestie. I told him, Anya, you should have waited for me. What did he say? Nothing that makes any difference. Did he seem angry? Where did he go? Oh, sorry about my chair. It's very loud. He just walked away. Curly, I don't want him in here anymore. Hold on. Fuck, just wait. I need to find him. Everything's going to be okay. Is it Jimmy? What's going on? No worries, Dano. Go get those tasty vaccinations. Thank you so much for helping me. And yeah, thank you for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. This VOD will definitely be going up on YouTube. So, if you want to watch me play the end, you can check that out. It'll probably be up tomorrow or later tonight. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, friend. I really appreciate it. Okay. I don't like this music. Excuse me. Hiccups. Cockpit. Okay. I'm going. If I get attacked by a horse, I swear to God. I was not expecting to be saying that today. I'll be real with you. Jimmy. Jim. I can fix this. What do you think will happen when we get back? We can figure all of this out. You and me. All I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. God, it's so annoying. But now? What do you think will happen now when we get back? We'll fix this together. Everything you and I worked for in our lives, accomplishments, changes, none of it will matter. You've gotten through difficult situations before. This time won't be any different. Work through it one day at a time. I need another sip. Sorry, my throat's so dry. I've been yapping a lot today. It's not just me, is it? You were supposed to be the one who had everything under control. You said so yourself. The ship, this crew, everything that happened here. This was your responsibility, Captain. That is what you'll be hearing the rest of your life. Or this can all be remembered as a tragedy. Despite what must have been the best efforts of its acclaimed captain. The Tulpar crew was never found. No one survived to tell the tale. Oh shit, that's Curly. You're just standing at the top. Feet in cement. I get it now. Right? Right. Ad break starting soon. Kill? What did that oh, kills 99%. I'll take care of it. What? Oh shit. But cockpit. Ah, this is so disorienting and flashy. Oh god. I can't see. What's going on? Oh my god. Are you okay, Jimmy? Jim, tell me you didn't. I should have. I didn't. What the fuck did you do? Jimmy. This is the start of the game. Flashbang. Oh, oh. Hello, Curly. Go in the hole. Whoa, I can sprint and carry him? That's impressive. Let me just go through this door. I'm gonna whack his head off the wall. Whack! Alright, what's going on? Where's Swansea? Oh! Who is that? Oh, that's Swansea. They're all dead. Oh, and a knife. Oh. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Captain. A knife! No! This rocks. You're here. To Captain Jimbo. Come on. You have to give a speech. Go on, have at it. You better make it good. Hell yeah. Our captain. Captain Jimmy. This guy thinks he's fucking cake again. Curly gets that princess treatment. So true. Okay, well. Get the job done. Sure. Arnar. Not again. Oh god. Not again. My fucking mouse, I don't have room to do this minigame. This is brutal. Yee. I'm so sorry, Curly. Yikes. A lot of people struggle to put food on their plates, but that wasn't enough, right, Captain? The lowest rung of your ladder is our highest. Until it was all swept from under your feet. Life isn't even worth living at the same level as us. But I forgive you. All of us do. I won't give up on you, even like this. I believe in you. We're going to make it through this. Sometimes we thrive, travel the endless reaches of space. But other times, we just have to accept days like these. You taught me that, Curly. Let's eat. Let's survive. Uh-oh. Take responsibility. My wife is snoring. This is the med bay. Oh no. Bruh. No worries, Dano. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thank you for the lurk. You take care. Good luck. Okay, well. Oh, gone. Ay. Okay. Ooh, I don't like this. Ooh, this is bad. Why is there a ladder in here? If the fucking horse is in here, I swear to God. What's this? Oh, those are the sari pieces. And some soup. I love eating soup in the vents. Empty. Okay. No worries, Mika. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will hydrate. Thank you. And yeah, you take care. I will get...
¿Quieres?
I will hydrate. Thank you. And I will also get back to you about your commission once I'm done stream. So yeah, you take care. Thanks for stopping by. Let me do a quick hydrate. So aren't ads starting soon? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, good luck, everyone. Sorry, sorry if you're not getting ads right now. Let me switch scenes so that we'll play some words. Take care, y'all. See you in a bit. Hello, chat. Welcome back. Okay, I can tell we're almost done, I think. Hopefully. I think we're almost done. So let's finish this game. I hope you had a good break. I hope you got the chance to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do anything else you need to do. But yeah, let's finish this. I'm so scared. All right. Let's get back into it. Okay. Who the fuck is that? Is that... Oh, that was Daisuke. 3-hour stream? Listen. Listen, I'm almost done this game and it's really good. Hands off, idiots. Huh. The flower? I have nothing. Glad it's good. It's very good, and it's very scary. Oh god. I'm really enjoying it, though. I think we're almost over. No turning back now. Oh no. What? Bad end? Yeah, apparently. What's going on? It says no turning back now. Can I go to the side? Do I have to go? Take care of it. What do you want me to do? Watch it be the end? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm close to the end, but I'm just an endless loop. That'd be pretty spooky. I don't know what it wants me to take care of. Can I look up? Need help? I would love a suggestion, please. I don't have anything. Yes, yeah, I would love a suggestion. I'm not quite sure what to do. Sorry. Can I... Oh! Walk backwards? Look straight with the keys, go backwards. Interesting. I can't go back any farther. Go this way. Go this way. Okay, okay. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it. This is really spooky. I really don't like the... Oh! Oh shit. I couldn't tell what that was. Responsibility. It's like, I couldn't tell what it was. It looked like a flower with like some hands maybe? Oh, I'm going real far back. This is really unique. Yeah, this game has been like really like trippy and... Oh god, the noises. Can I go forward now? I still have nothing. Okay. I'm so scared. You stupid horse. Just like the 100 Gex song. Whoa, this is trippy. Wait! I fell. Oh! What the fuck? What? What is going on? Oh, this is so disorienting. Oh. Are those... Oh, those are... Oh, God. The axes. Oh, my God. Oh, it's the med room, but it's... Oh, that's trippy. Oh, fuck this. Oh. You know what? What if I just quit right now? No, I won't do that. Oh, this is awful. And I'm so slow. What the fuck is that? Oof. No. Oh, I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm so scared. I can't tell if those noises are me or if it's something else. What's that? A flower. Another flower. What the fuck was that? I'll never know. Oh, it's dark. Oh, it's real dark. Oh god. Oh. You. Swansea. Oh shit. Hello. I can't even talk to him. Okay, well. Here we go, I guess. Oh, fuck. Man. This is... okay. Right in the head, I guess. Oy. Sorry, I struggled the first time. I didn't realize I had to hold it. Oh no, I better not. Oh, I'm so slow. There better not be fucking combat here. Also, where the fuck am I? First of all, where am I? Oh no. Beloved friend, I remember you, so you are eternal. Fuck this, man. That's okay. What? Fuck, dude. Holy shit, I'm so slow. Oh my god. Hey, I saw you. Shit. Oh, this sucks. Hey, I saw you. Where'd he go? Fuck, I missed. I suck at shooting with my mouse. So this is gonna be fun. This fucking guy. Ooh. Where is he? Where is he? I don't know if where he'll show up will make sense or if it's just random. Oh, I'm clicking as fucking hard as I can to try and shoot this guy. Oh shit. Okay. I have something to say. So shut the fuck up and listen. Ooh, that's flashy. I spent 13 years half cut up to my eyeballs. Drunk, to put it mildly. Then suddenly I saw it, a streetlight shining in my face. 500 gigawatts of the power of God. A vision of my bloated body found in some ditch. Hey Gabe, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're just finishing mouthwashing, I think. Scared me straight. So I got a collar shirt, mortgage, and a credit card. All the things that make a good man. You got KFC? Hell yeah. I hoped I could raise my children to be better than their old man. I wanted to believe I was never one setback away from my worst self. But the truth is, discipline, drive, routine, the endless fucking desperation to get shit done. A loving wife, great kids, sobriety? I'm telling you. Accomplishments I've been chasing all my life. Never felt as good as I expected when I crossed the finish line. So now that we're at the end, take an inventory. Those nights spinning out of my head, sinking into the sofa, broken glass in my palms, bleeding dry, the funniest thing ever. Old dogs laughing and snarling on a waterbed floor, mocking the moon for daring to show its face. All nausea and wreckage and vomit and ugly cruelty. The only problem in the world, an empty bottle. Those were the best days of my life. Yeah. Those were the best days of my life. I got nothing to hide, ready to face the music. I can see myself for what I am. But you, a cowardly, selfish motherfucker, and you can't even see it. I should have been able to protect the kid. If I could have done one thing right, I wish it had been to give him one small chance off this goddamn rock. Swansea, I'm going to fix everything. We're going to make it. Fuck you. Oh shit. Do I have to click? Okay. Oh shit, we're back here! It's so dark. Wait, where's all the foam? Oh, fuck this, for real. At least I can move fast again. Okay. I have to sneeze. Ugh. Oh, we're in like a fucking PT hallway again. No! Oh, look at all these pipes. Oh. Oh, shit. Ew. Don't like that. Get out of there, Curly. You're not the floor. Hey. What are you doing with them big old peepers? Oh my god. This is horrible. This is so creepy. Ew. Do I have to go back? I don't know. Oh. Oh no. I'm in the flesh. Not the flesh. Hey, this is yucky. Okay. I am in a body. This is like that one part in Harvester where you're in the body. What's this? Oh my god, I'm in Curly's mouth. Hey. I need a sip of water. I need a sip of water. This is so stressful. Okay. If that horse comes back, I swear to God. What's over there? Hey. Oh, it's Curly. What are you watching? Family Guy? Funny moments?
Tis old Mother Goose's birthday. We're giving her a party. A party.
Why does my mouse look like that?
A party for Mother Goose.
Am I just stuck watching this now?
The baker man, he served the cake. It was a sight to
TV
see.
time. I love this show. Oh, okay. Nah, leave the kids out of it. Wait, that like the other leg? Hello. How are you doing, buddy? I'm fine. Oh, I have his leg. Someday he'll thank— Oh, oh no. I just realized what I have to do. Alright, well, open wide. Ugh. Ah, gross. Oh no, not a— Not again. Oh. Hi, 3. Welcome on in. You've come in at a strange time. I don't know how to explain what I'm doing right now, but I hope you're doing well, friend. Don't mind me being scared. Eat up, buddy. That guy looks like I do after a workday. No explanation necessary. So real. Oh, gross. Okay, well, can I like leave? Or do I have to eat it? I think I have to feed it to him. I don't really know. Sorry, I know this is really gross. I think this is what it wants me to do. Yes, I'm feeding this guy his own leg over and over again. Oh, no. What does it want me to do here? Do I have to cook it? What if I hit do nothing? Oh, nothing happens. Okay. Now he's pogging. Me when I... Okay, can I go back here? No? Okay, I would love another tip. When me... Oh! Oh! Thank you. I'm sorry, Curly. Oh. Oh. Wrong way. Yeah, gross. Sorry. Okay. I think that one's fine. Can I move this one? No, I God, this is gnarly. Was I able to move that one before? I'm so confused. Okay, well, let's try this. Sorry, I'm not... Oh shit, we fucked up already. Sorry, chat. Sorry I'm so bad at puzzles, by the way. Sounds good. Okay, let's try this. Oops. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know. Because, like, they're... Oh. Let's try this. I'm so sorry I have to do this so many times, chat. No, fuck. I'm so confused. Where does it supposed to go after that? Maybe this? Oh. If I don't get this soon, I am gonna look up a tutorial. Oh no. This one? I'm so sorry, Curly. Oh shit, I forgot to pick up his leg. This had better fucking work. Okay. No, I was so close. Okay. Let's try that. Oh, did I pick up the... Oops. Apparently I opened the developer console and I got an achievement for it. Not intentional. I'm sorry, this is so boring. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh. Hey, let's go. Am I free? Hello? Who are you? There's a man in my TV. Oh shit. I'm walking. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah, sorry that took so long. I'm not very smart. Oh shit. I'm going. I'm walking. Me when I'm in an area. Is that Jimmy? I think that's Jimmy. Oh. Is that someone on fire? Hello, Curly. I want to go home. We are home. Why don't you finish what you started? Don't worry. If anyone ever finds us, I'll still be playing the villain. You'll be the better man in the end, like you wanted. I could have stopped it. I'm taking responsibility. No, we can both be heroes. We're a team. Just you and me, like we used to be. What happened was an accident. We were trapped. I made a mistake, alright? I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, Curly. Oh. Oh no, there's more of this game? Oh my god. Okay. Well. Oh. The fuck is this? Ultrasound scanner. Take care of it. Oh. What the fuck am I looking at? Looks like fucking iron lung. Take care of it. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, I'm getting so tired. I just want to finish this game. Why am I walking so slow? Oh. I'm not really sure what it wants me to do here again. Oh, there's a thing over there. Oh, it's a stool. What does it want me to do? Heartbeats are good. I'm so confused. That's a heartbeat, right? Oh! Oh! What the fuck? Oh, another one. What is that? Ugh. Oh god. Death Stranding baby. What the fuck was that? I wasn't even looking at it. Oh. All clean. Okay. I hope this hurts. Really gets rid of that bad taste in your mouth, huh? Through wreckage. Through silence. Who's talking? Wash it away. All day, fire fresh. No! Not back in the vent. What the fuck is that? That's the thing that... That scared me. Okay, that got me. Ay. Was that the fucking horse from Toy Story 2? I really hate that. Yeah, jump scare me. That's horrible. Okay. I just gotta finish this game. I really hope I'm close to the end. Fuck. Listen, I've really been enjoying this game. Excuse me, I had a hiccup. I'm just so exhausted. I don't usually stream for 4 hours. I'm very tired. He keeps Five Nights at Freddy's jump scaring me. Do I have to not look at him? Okay. I have nothing in my inventory. And it doesn't matter if I look at him. But if I stop moving, it also kills me. I'm not moving. Bruh. Okay. I need to see how much of this game is left because I'm fucking exhausted. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, my caps lock is on. Yes, I'm being flashbanged. Don't worry about it. Mouthwashing. Tutorial. Okay, hold on. I'm looking at it. Not much left. Okay, good. Oh, okay, okay. I'm almost done. Chasing after us. You get close to the creature. Stay away from the creature. Okay, that's not helpful at all. It just says to stay away and keep going. So I'll do that. I'll keep trying different routes. Oh no. No! Oh god, this place is a maze. I hate this. It's getting darker. Oh fuck, I can hear it. Hey! No! What? Oh, I did it. Oh, it's dark as fuck. Great! What are these? IDs. What is happening? I'm just fucking running, man. Get me out of here. This is so scary. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh boy, stairs. What is that? Mouthwash bottles? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello? Not this fucking room. Oh god. Ay. That's a lot of mouthwash. You. I hate you. Fucking Polly. Hey, boss. Oh shit, he has voice lines. Pony Express is dead. And so are you. Sorry. Shut up. Curly tried his best. I did too, but he's the better man. I see that now. We can both still make it. I'll take care of him. I'm taking responsibility. Curly? Captain. I'm so sorry. Yes. Yes, 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 I do. I fucked up. But I can still make this right. Our worst moments don't make us. This reminds me of, what's that game? Oxenfree. Hello? Game? Oh. No, no, we're back here. Bruh. Can I help you? Oh. Man. Hello, everyone. Whack. Whack his head off the fucking wall. I can't sprint. I don't like that. Okay. We're in another PT hallway. Oh god, I hate this so much. What did that say? Utility. Oh. Go home. Okay. I'd love to, if I wasn't stuck in this PT hallway. Oh. I have a gun. That's nice. I thought I was just gonna be stuck in this forever hallway. Alright. Here you go, buddy. Oh. It's okay, Curly. You're going to be okay. You always had my back. I ended up hurting you even though I was trying to save us. But now you'll survive. It's like you said, together we can fix anything. I'm just proud I got to be your friend and co-pilot, Captain. No one can hurt you now. Oh shit. We fixed it. I fixed it. Excuse me. I keep hiccuping. Hey! Man, I kinda felt that coming. Oh, now I'm getting frozen. Wrong organ. There we go. That's the end of the game. Wow. Go home, finish mouthwashing. I just got that achievement. Holy shit, that was quite a game. Wow. I don't know what to say. That left me with a lot of things to think about. I don't know, that's... What do you think of it? It was very good. It was very good. I really like stories that are told in like a non-linear way. And stuff that's trippy like this. Oh, I can speed up the credits. Yeah, I had a really good time. Even though I'm exhausted, the neighbor dog, Jackson. Oh, Jackson. But yeah, I don't usually stream for this long, so I'm very tired, but I'm really glad I played through this. I had a really good time. Thank you for playing. You're welcome. I think I'll quit. Sheesh, that was a game. Alright, let's switch scenes. Let's go to the ending scene, because I need to end after that. Okay. Well, that was quite a game. Wow. And I still have achievements to unlock. That's crazy. I'm definitely gonna replaying this game. I'll be real with you. I'm gonna replay this. Probably off stream, but yeah, that was awesome. I had a really good time. I was really scared, so you know that's a good horror game when I'm scared. I'm scared all the time, but like, yeah, I had a great time. But yeah, let's look for someone to raid because I need to go rest. I am so tired. Okay, where's my fucking... Okay. When's the ad starting? Ad starting in like 10 minutes. So perfect timing to find someone to raid. I might just raid I'm just gonna raid an animal channel. Because I am exhausted. I wish I could do long streams like this all the time, but I just can't. But it was nice. I liked having the ads for 3 minutes once an hour. It gives me a good break. Good break to get away from my desk for a bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna raid this channel. And I'm gonna get some rest. Because I'm exhausted and my voice is fucking fucked from so much reading. I can't spell. Okie dokie. We're not going to do a raid message today, since we're not raiding a friend or anyone. We are going to go see some duckies. It looks like they're eating dinner right now. But yeah, I hope everyone has an awesome day. Remember to take care of yourselves. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you on Friday. But if not, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to everyone who helped me out. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, thanks for joining me on this experience. The VOD from today will be up on my YouTube probably tomorrow. So yeah, if you want to join the Discord, you can do that. And check out all my other socials. Oh my gosh, hold on. Struggling. All my other socials can be found on my card. So yeah, take care everyone. We're gonna go raid some ducks. You have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.